Today is November 13th. And I'm headed to the college to take this math test. I thought I was going to do good on it. I was doing the test review the other day. Last week, I was doing pretty decent. I went and did the test review again this morning. And I don't know. It wasn't going good. Because you gotta memorize fucking formulas. That shit's fucking hard. Like, why can't it just be basic math? You gotta memorize, like, the formulas and shit, like, the principal, and then something's in parentheses, 1 plus the APR, annual percentage rate, divided by the number of compounding shit. It's stupid. Yeah, it's helpful, if you ever need to look that shit up or do some calculations, but you can look up the fucking thing on Google. They should give you the formulas so you can punch the numbers in and do it. You should be taught on how to do the thing rather than how to memorize a fucking formula. Because nobody's going to be able to memorize a fucking formula. Like, I'll lose that shit within a few days. I guess we'll see how it goes. Like I said, hopefully I do decent on it. And some extra credit she had put on there was to do like a survey, like a course evaluation survey for the course that I had already done. She said, oh, when you do it, you got to take a picture of it. I'm like, there's no way to go back and take a picture of it. So I'm screwed on that. I might get an extra credit for that. Hopefully I'll get extra credit for doing the test review, because that's what she's done in the past. That was the whole reason why I do them. Plus just to practice it so I don't fail a test. We will see how it turns out. Last time I had to wait a while because the thing wasn't uploaded. It said, I don't know what it was saying. It was saying some dumb shit that, it needed to be proctored or some shit. But I'm like, why does this test need to be locked down when I'm being watched by people in the building, like in the classroom? It doesn't make any sense. And we have a new printer at the house my mom bought, but she still hasn't hooked it up. So I'm gonna get there a few minutes early, eat my meal before I go in, and then go in and print out the worksheets that I need for the test, because you got to show your work or whatever. Excited about this test, whatever. Do what you gotta do. Get this shit done. I'll probably go do this test, come back, eat, go to the gym, go back, because I'm going this way. Then I gotta come back, eat, come back out this way, train, go back home. Probably cook my post-workout breakfast the next 2 days, and then try to work on some schoolwork. What I can't get done now because I'm going to take this test. anatomy and physiology test, so I don't have to take it when I'm in Michigan. It has to be proctored and stuff. I might take it tomorrow night, or I might take it Saturday morning before I leave, maybe. We'll see. But yeah, that's the plan for today. So I'll probably get back on here when I'm on my way to the gym. So I will see everybody later. Just a few minutes after 12:30, I'm on my way to I'm leaving the house now. About to be on my way to the gym. I took that test this morning. I felt like I did pretty good on it. I literally worked on it like till the time limit cut me off. Like I had an hour and 30 minutes to do 17 questions. And I barely got, I didn't even finish actually doing one of them because I couldn't really figure out how to do it. So I just guessed on it. Even though you gotta show your work anyway on a piece of paper. So it's not gonna be the right work. And it's not gonna have the right answer on the paper. But maybe my teacher won't notice that. Everything else I felt pretty confident about. So we'll see how it turns out. I forgot to tell you before I had went and took the test. I did my hit this morning on the bike. Now I'm gonna go train pull 1. 3 meals in me. Hopefully it'll be a good session. Calories have been upped. Last night I did all the adjustments that I needed to do with my meals, and when I get home today I'll cook my breakfast and post-workout meal for the next 2 days. Then tomorrow I'll cook the one for Sunday. Getting everything prepared. I mean, so far today I haven't had any like extra carbs normal, because they're all in my other meals. I don't get any extra carbs in my pre-workout meal. That's already kind of as big as it probably should be, just from I don't know, volume wise, so I don't get like, nauseous or puke or whatever during my workout. But like normally my third meal, but I just had my third meal. That's my pre-workout meal. That's why I'm going to the gym now. But normally my third meal would be 150 grams of rice, but now I'm adding 50 grams to it, so it'd be 200 grams of rice. And then my post-workout meal that I'll have when I get back is 70 grams of cream of rice instead of 50 on like the off days. And then on leg days, the cream of rice is 100 grams now. That's going to be fun to eat, all that. And then on medium days and my high days and my leg days, I get 300 grams of red potatoes at night and then an orange. I'll definitely be more appreciate it until I get used to it, I guess. But I'm going to go ahead and get off here and continue getting to the gym. I will be back on afterward. Bye. Just finished up at the gym. I had, I guess, a decent session. I don't know. Like, it feels like, you know, I lowered this weight to execute the movement properly. And it feels like I'm even digressing from my execution. I don't know if I like moved it to a weight when I first came back from the deload on that first, you know, that first week after the deload, or what. But I mean, I kind of felt, you know, tired today too. Tired going into that. Got a little bit better in the beginning. I was really, you know, trying to target my lats on the single arm row Atlantis machine. And like I felt, you know, I felt them, but I didn't feel them as good as I felt like the week prior. And I can't get any good pumps. Like, when I first started doing these exercises, and I was getting great pumps. You know, when I first started on all of them. Now it feels like I don't get hardly shit. And then on the barbell rows, I do supinated. Trying to, you know, contract my back, get a better contraction. And it didn't feel like that I could, I don't know, it felt last week like I could keep proper form, posture up and everything like that. This week it felt harder. But I still tried to, you know, use the best form I could. And then, like, a lot of the exercises after I did them, I cut back on the weight and just kind of felt it. I feel like when I did the supinated barbell rows, like last week, I was, you know, kind of, like, especially on the, like, I was protracting my scapula a lot more, I feel like. I mean, you know, obviously you're doing it this week because you're rowing. Or obviously I did it this week because, you know, you're rowing and you have to do that shit. But I wasn't as, like, that wasn't coming to my mind to think to do. I was just thinking, you know, feel it in your upper back. Like, I really wanted to get a good contraction in my upper back. On those barbell rows. Biceps I felt pretty good on. I got a decent pump on those. I try to, like, when I'm doing all the rows and stuff, or lat pull down or whatever for back, I try to look at my arms and see if my veins are showing or not. Because if my veins are showing, usually that means I'm incorporating a lot of, you know, forearms and biceps, which they haven't been showing a lot. I'm gonna ask him, you know, this weekend when I go, but I don't know if I should use straps or not on my rows, because I don't want to, you know, I want to have big forearms too. Then I use the straps on certain things. Did I even get the straps? I hope I fucking did. Yeah, I just didn't remember putting them in the bag. I remember taking them off, but I didn't remember putting them back in the bag. But yeah, I'm trying to, you know, like I said, gotta stop one rep 2 reps in reserve, but it's hard when like you kind of got that in your head that you're trying to do good as you did the week before. Because I always look back at my logbook and I don't know. As long as I'm maintaining, I guess, good execution and stuff, that's what matters. Like I said, maybe I'm a little bit more tired and fatigued than I was when I first came back from the deload and did this the first time, did this session the first time. That's what I think it is. But I don't understand why I'm so fatigued, because I'm training, I'm not pushing all the way to failure like I was before. This doesn't make any sense. My sleep, like, energy-wise, it felt like my sleep was pretty decent last night. I knew I woke up after I used the bathroom. It's usually right after I use the bathroom. Like, I wake up, I pee, and then I can never fall fully back asleep. Or if I do, it's like in and out. Said I got like less than 40 minutes of each last night, deep and REM. So now I'm kind of back to where I was, you know. Sleep is shit. Well, it says the Oura Ring. And, you know, obviously I'm waking up and can't go back to sleep. Says my optimal bedtime is from like 10 something, 10:15 something to 6 something in the morning. That's what it says my optimal bedtime is. But it's been saying that for years, ever since I started. And years ever since like when I first started, I was going to bed at like fucking 2 or 3 o'clock, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Because I had to meal prep all my shit because I was doing the wrestling and everything. Obviously, I'm not doing that anymore. So I would have thought it would have kind of updated it. I mean, when I first got back from Kentucky, I was going to bed, you know, at the same time every night, 8:30. I've been doing that ever since then. So it's over a year. I've been going consistently to bed at 8:30 every night. Getting 8 or more hours of sleep, 8 or more hours in the bed. Sometimes even more, sometimes 9, 10 hours in the bed. It says my sleep efficiency is kind of bad, I guess. Because like it says I'm in the bed for like 8.5 hours. It might say I only get like 6 hours and 20 minutes of sleep or something like that. The rest of the time I'm like half awake, you know, trying to go to sleep. It's not that I get off my phone and all devices an hour before I go to bed. Like, I'm not looking at screens constantly and stuff. Like most people are, they're doom scrolling before they go to sleep or something. No. I'm eating my last meal. I'm usually stretching out before I go to bed. And I do my nighttime routine, like brush my teeth, brush, floss, use mouthwash, and then take my meds, you know, and then go to bed. I don't know. At least I can say I'm trying. I'm not just pussyfooting around like most people. And people can do what they want to do, you know. It's their life. I just want to optimize everything that I can to make the most amount of gains that I can. But it feels like even doing that, I'm not making nearly as much progress as other people who don't optimize that shit. Like, I mean, obviously those people are genetic outliers. Like the people who eat like shit. They don't even track their calories. They just eat. Or they, half-ass train. They don't focus on correct form and everything. They just push a pole or lift weight. And they grow like a fucking weed. They don't sleep. They don't get any sleep. Maybe 4 or 5 hours if that. Stay up all night playing video games on the phone. I'm doing everything I can possibly do to make progress, I guess. And I want to make progress. It's the only thing I care about in life. I don't have a family. I don't have a family. I don't want to have kids. Honestly, I don't even know if I want a girlfriend or wife. I mean, if I find a woman that's, has the same interests as me and actually cares about what I do and respects what I do, yeah, that would be a good fit. But damn sure ain't a lot of that around here in this area where I live. Everybody just likes the bad boys, not the bad boys, but the ones who do dumb shit. Like flipping trucks. I'm not saying that all of it's dumb shit, but like some people, a lot of the kids hunt, so that's not horrible. At least you're in the woods away from drugs and shit. But they're like, they go out, fucking shoot fucking AR-15s and whatever time of the night, staying up late as shit. A lot of them probably make good money because they work actual, real jobs, like maintenance jobs or some shit, like one of the plants around here. But like I work my job. I could be making tons of money somewhere else, working a better job, but a lot of it involves like shift work or something like that. I can't do that, on the bodybuilding schedule and everything. It just won't work. I mean, you could probably make it work, but I think inevitably it's going to affect your sleep schedule. So that's my little rant, I guess. Tomorrow, and then Saturday morning, and then I'm off to Michigan. Whether that's me flying or driving. Hopefully they don't cancel my flight. I mean, they opened the government back up, so hopefully that'll help out with it. But they said they could be delayed. They said it'd take days to weeks for the government to fully reopen or whatever. I hope my flight doesn't get canceled. It's just a lot more easier to get from one place to the other rather than driving fucking 10 hours or who knows what. But yeah, I will get off of here and eat my post-workout meal, drink my salty water, and I will talk to everybody tomorrow. I got a massage. Well, I got to do lists tomorrow morning. I got a massage, and then it would be an off day, but I talked to my coach earlier this week, and he's doing legs on Sunday, and I was going to do legs on Saturday, because that would be my day I normally do them. And he said just wait, we'll just wait to do legs on Sunday together when I'm there. So he said take Saturday off, and he said go in tomorrow and do a non-stressful workout. So I don't really know exactly what that means, but I'm going to go in there and not do a normal workout that I normally do on my routine. I'm going to maybe try out a few different machines, try to find out a few things, and trying to just feel a few things out, I guess. Feel something different, be non-stressful. Yeah, I will talk to everybody tomorrow.